welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the broadcast here, game number 3 coming at you. This is our final game of the series, of course. Winner of this advances on to the winner semifinals, I guess you can call it. The loser, of course, still alive, just then in the loser's bracket right here. LGD coming off a victory, though. Definitely a come-from-behind victory after a good early start for VGJ, and looked like they were continuing momentum even from that first game. But again, LGD, they won a couple of solid fights, and before you know it, they started coming online quickly, and maybe rain on his Invoker, too, known for playing such a great Invoker, and did so once again there, and one of the big reasons helping to lead his team to victory. So we got a game 3, as I already saw. Can't say I'm too disappointed. This is these are pretty intense games so far, so I'm expecting the same here in game number 3. I'm Break CBK, joined by Tsunami once again. Here we go, man. Here we go, game number 3. Silencer first ban. We're seeing some funky first bans here in these games.
I think it's all dependent on whatever the team is hoping to run. I don't think they're, in these opening weeks of the patch, I don't really think teams are too concerned about finding out what's top tier and what's bottom tier. They're just saying like, well, I want to run a draft that's maybe team fight oriented. I don't want to have to deal with the global silence. I don't really care what's top tier right now. We're all going to find that out together. But in terms of my specific strategy, I don't want to have to deal with that.
So I was also looking at the other series, of course, going on at the same time. We had Wings Gaming versus CDEC, and I was looking at results, that is. And that one's already over. It's a 2-0 for Wings Gaming, actually, so they advance on in the winners. Not really a big surprise there, of course.
Oh my gosh, their second game was a 14-minute GG.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just about to say. I mean, CDEC apparently GGing out at 14 minutes. I don't exactly know. Obviously, we're casting our own series over here, but don't know if anyone would have expected that necessarily.
I see a Shadow Shaman with 11 assists out of 17 kills on Wings.
Gosh.
Once again, Wings proving versatility, picking up that one hero that everyone was like, dude, Shadow Shaman got so much buffs. Why is he top tier now? And maybe he is.
In the Kiev Major qualifiers, I'm pretty sure he was the only hero that wasn't picked. Yeah, I remember hearing that. And then he got those interesting buffs. You know, it's a plus 18 damage, but his attack range was nerfed. So it was kind of like give and take there. But clearly Wings. If there's a team that would make it work, it's Wings Gaming, right? So they did right there, apparently. Interesting. I would have loved to see that, but I'm sure that's something we could potentially see in the future here, yet again. Crystal Maiden going to be first picked here by LGD. Clearly, yeah, that's right. They were running the short lane Crystal Maiden there in the last game, and it worked, I guess.
I mean, Crystal Maiden has been so far in every single game. In the game 1, it was on VGJ's team, along with Gyrocopter and the Tusk that one game. So, seems like maybe just China, or I mean, maybe just the way that these two teams are playing with this high aggression, and it may just be a denial pick from LGD also, but Crystal Maiden has been rising up the ranks, it seems.
Yeah, not surprised to see her as a go-to support, but that does leave open a hero like Centaur, and not only do they get the Centaur, but they get Lifestealer to go with it, actually, so I think VGJ is very happy with their opening, despite Crystal Maiden being on the other side, so yeah, a little surprised that LGD maybe didn't try to get that Centaur for themselves right there. But, you know, actually, I remember that now, too. I was mentioning in that last game as Ursa pick, but Centaur was 5-0 before that game for VGJ. Now 5-1, actually. Or actually, it was 5-0, so now it's 5-1 here. So,
which, to be fair, out of all of VGJ, Centaur was still doing, like, a pretty damn good job. It's just that whoever was the shot caller in Game 2 may have been a little bit overzealous, because VGJ were in a good position. Like you said, it was a kind of a come-from-behind victory for LGD, because VGJ were kind of overplaying their hand a little bit. And Centaur is a hero that really encourages, like, it's a balanced hero in that you can use it for high aggression, or you can use it to defensively. Like Stampede and Return are both great at being able to get out of situations, and then Stampede, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, really good at forcing fights. So we'll see how VGJ want to play it this time. They have a Lifestealer as opposed to the Juggernaut that they had in Game 2, so a little bit more obvious synergy. But both these heroes are still very, very commonly picked no matter what.
Second pick Ursa, though, for LGD, and it kind of feels like an early Ursa pick. Ursa seems like a hero you usually want to pick up later in the draft, and I'm also kind of looking at the matchup here. I mean, I guess he's both good and bad against a hero like Lifesteal, I figure. You know, the kite potential seems like it could be strong, and then you got Centaur with the Stampede on top of that, as we're talking about, so it seems like it could be a little difficult at times for Ursa, but he does have a Crystal Maiden teammate, and you know, you got the physical presence, obviously, to tear through heroes like a Lifestealer, so what do you think of the Ursa pick here?
Yeah, in a 1v1 situation, Ursa comes out on top every time, which is kind of like, I remember hearing some panel talking about it, and they like kind of gave Lifestealer a slight edge because they were like, oh, Ursa kind of has like high HP, but Ursa's an agi hero. He has pretty good strength gains, but Fury Swipes is the ultimate trump card against any melee carry, especially if the two are laning against each other. In this situation, I think, I mean, more typically we see Juggernaut paired up with the Crystal Maiden as opposed to Ursa.
Yeah.
But Juggernaut kind of isn't as useful in lane. Like, if you have the Frostbite and a Blade Fury, that's great. But against a Lifestealer, all of that is irrelevant. The Blade Fury is irrelevant, and the Frostbite is irrelevant. But in lane, Ursa is very useful against a Lifestealer. So I imagine the reason they're picking it up this early is they want to kind of show this carry, and they want VGJ to have to think about how to lane this a little bit differently, because Lifestealer does not want to have to lane against Ursa. And right now, even I have no idea where either of these heroes are going to be going.
You got the Riki-Man coming out from LGD.
Dude, where's the Monkey King? Monkey King hasn't been banned like since game 1.
That's a good point. Yeah, that was first ban, or one of the first 2 bans of game 1 now. Here we are, game 3. Game 2 wasn't touched, and game 3 hasn't been touched. That's a good point. That would be fun to see. That would be a nice way to finish off this series here.
Right.
Some Monkey King. Okay, they go Warlock. So that is their most popular pick, up there with the likes of a Juggernaut even, for VGJ, so not too surprising to see that maybe, but like the Warlock support option here.
Yeah, and
Monkey King would be a good partner with it. I don't know.
It definitely would. Upheaval into Wukong's command, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these drafts in game 2 and 3 have definitely been more conservative than what we saw in game 1.
Yeah.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. I guess the most out of the ordinary thing is we haven't seen a single Earth Spirit. Was the most recent nerfs, was that finally the nail in the coffin? Is Earth Spirit not a hero in competitive for once?
I'm searching that up right now. What did he? Base movement speed reduced from 295 to 290, so...
That's what it was all about, that 5 move speed. And, I mean, technically, like, some more pulls got nerfed, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Haven't been seeing it. I'm pretty sure that LGD likes Earth Spirit quite a bit.
I saw those videos. Speaking of like the pulls that he can do with the Earth Spirit, and that you can do some funky pulls with the range creeps. Even you can kind of trap them in the trees, or we saw somebody was doing that in the qualifiers there, but. I don't know. I don't know if they quote unquote fixed that, or if that's still something you could do.
No, the reason that was working is because you could just kind of like slip units into the trees, but they changed it so that trees will break as units are getting pulled.
They did now? Okay.
Yeah, and so I imagine that most of them have been fixed, but everyone also thought that the Pudge hook pulling creep thing was fixed, and like some people found you could still do it on the Dire mid lane if you pull like the camp behind the tier 1 tower. So I don't know. I don't think Valve is ever going to be able to 100% bulletproof say no. All the pulls have been fixed. Thanks for playing.
If there's a will, there's a way, as they say. So Beastmaster, though, third pick coming out. This is setting up to be a nice Monkey King game for LGD. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. I really hope we see it. I don't know why. I think the hero is like really viable. Wow, Naga Siren. Okay, so maybe we are seeing some slightly uncommon stuff.
Oh wow, that's to go with. Okay, what? So is that a core Naga Siren here and like a mid Naga maybe with a Lifestealer short?
I mean, technically it could be support. It's tough to say right now. I would guess core. I mean, but also support is really good. The net isn't that great against Ursa because Ursa can enrage it off, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the synergy here that's in terms of team fight potential is that you can start a sleep, and then as Warlock, you can start channeling Upheaval. And since Upheaval gets stronger and stronger the more time that it's spent channeled, then you can just kind of like sleep and load up an Upheaval, and then immediately all the enemies in the vicinity will have like 100 move speed, and then while they're super slow, you just drop a Chaotic Offering and Fatal Bonds on them. So maybe VGJ are hoping to be team fight oriented.
Medusa then after that for LGD, so things starting to get a little funky once again as far as the draft develops here. They ban a Wisp on the side of VGJ, definitely could have been a good partner still for Ursa, of course, and there's the OD ban on the other side. So they still expect they need a support option. Lion final pick.
Yeah, they're expecting a core Naga, so Lion to be able to pop all these Naga illusions, so I am curious because, well, actually, I don't know, because LGD last banned out OD.
Yeah, so maybe they are expecting the Naga support here, but again, that doesn't mean VGJ needs to do that. It's just
true. But then, like, why is the Lion picked? Is what I'm wondering. Because
it is going to be a support Naga.
Support Naga.
All
okay.
right, and that kind of takes away from the Lion a little bit. You're right. As far as what maybe would have been some good presence there, of course, instantly killing illusions in several ways. So
it's possible that they banned out the OD, and then they were just like, okay, now VGJ may be forced into making this a core Naga, but like there are still like thousands of other mid heroes that could be picked.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this Lion's going to be doing this game, because against a Lifestealer he has a tough time, against a Centaur he has a tough time, and then against the support Naga, really he doesn't offer too much.
Maybe it was almost a takeaway, because I guess the power train would have been decent against Medusa. Like, there's that. But
yeah, but I mean, VGJ, they were thinking about support Naga the entire time, so their last pick would have been a core. So I don't know. We'll see what they can do with this Lion, because right now, Lion's not the best defensive support, Crystal Maiden's not the best defensive support, and Medusa is going to have a tough time mid, I'm assuming, against Sniper, because the Warlock is most likely going to be babysitting the Sniper mid for the first few minutes. Lifestealer barely even needs a Naga if Naga's even going to spend time. Maybe they'll just be roaming around with Warlock and Naga. I'm very curious to see how VGJ are going to lane this.
I'm sure going to be an interesting laning phase between these two teams once again here, and now game number 3 of this series. So hopefully you guys ready for some fun Dota 2 once again. Both the first 2 games have definitely been some great action. I mean, usually when you see the likes of heroes like a Medusa and a Naga Siren in a game, you're to believe that, okay, this is going to be a long, drawn-out game. But I don't know. Something tells me we're still going to have some aggressive play here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So here we
So
go.
let's see. This Naga Siren, okay, she gets the Windlace right off the bat, so she's going to be roaming around quite a bit. Warlock, it's a pretty conservative support build. I imagine, well, actually, he's giving Sniper tangos, so maybe it's going to be, oh, okay, so Naga got a Stout Shield, so I guess she's going to be the one who's helping out mid. She's just going to be right-clicking this Deucen with 6 armor passively on the Naga Siren, plus this Stout Shield and the Windlace. Yeah, that's it's not really an easy hero to harass out of lane.
Yeah, Centaur coming up here, setting up in the offlane, of course. The Tingle's currently on him. Still has 500 gold, though, so you have to buy his items early. But, yeah, Naga definitely setting up to be quite the babysit support right here. So see how the adjustments are made from LGD to, quote-unquote, deal with that. Beastmaster will be in an offlane himself. He does have that Iron Talon initially right here, so he can jungle a little bit if it calls for that, which is probably going to be the case, as you would expect here. Warlock, that's a sweet staff, by the way.
Oh man, I didn't even see that. Holy crap. It's like a Nature's Prophet staff. That thing is massive.
It has a large staff coming out, but going to use that effectively. Again, this is a popular hero for VGJ. Actually, according to Dota, Buff, the most popular heroes of late, so not surprised to see that picked up for them here. But aggressive on Lifestealer. He will head to the bottom lane, of course, in the short lane here. But
and now FY is in the off lane on this Naga Siren, leveling up Mirror Image already. What the heck is going on? It's an off lane Naga and a jungle Centaur?
these games have provided some interesting things, man.
Am I just like a terrible analyst?
Are we just
I've seen this coming?
Did we just miss something in these last couple of days? That something dramatically changed? Maybe we just don't watch enough Chinese Dota. For all we know, this is
Maybe.
like the norm. But yeah, this is something tells me it's not. It's doing some funky stuff here. So off-lane Naga Siren. Yeah, what is
Naga
the deal?
Siren didn't get any changes whatsoever in 7.03 either. So like, it's not like, oh, she suddenly got this level 10 talent that makes her amazing in the offlane or something. She hasn't been changed. She hasn't been touched. Now she's here going one-on-one versus an Ursa, and that's a difficult lane because any melee hero has a tough time against Ursa.
Then you got, as you mentioned, Centaur Jungle. I mean, he does get the return first. Now he's Hoof Stomp, but you see he's taking some good damage right here. I know he definitely has potential to be a solid jungler, of course, but definitely
Ooh,
not
freeze mid
see
lane.
often. It's that Earth Spike. It's not the most damage or it's stun, though, so yeah, only level 1. It's almost just as good as an auto attack, really.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to go aggressive. They knew Freeze had taken headshot at level 1. One of the biggest dynamics that have changed that we haven't seen exploited too much is the fact that one full creep wave does not let you hit level 2 anymore if you're just a solo hero. And so, like, one of the biggest things we would see often in the mid lane is, like, we gotta gank this guy before he hits level 2, so we just need to put, like, a ton of attention on him before the first creep wave dies.
Oh, no.
Now it's not as important.
We're watching the top lane up here, by the way. Ame's finding
What the
himself in
heck?
a really... Yeah, he was diving FY initially, but clearly it's not worked out, and... Oh, boy, can he actually escape from here's the question.
Yeah, looks like it.
All right, he is going to be able to make it out. Naga Siren
Although
decided...
FY just skilled up in Snare.
Oh! He lands it. There's the ensnare. Is it going to be a long enough route, though? He'll pick up a bounty route on the way out. Still making
Yeah,
an
now
escape.
Sniper has 2 shrapnel charges. Does he care enough?
Nope.
He does
wants
not care.
farm. He's going to use it to farm, in fact. So, yeah, he's not too worried. In fact, now Ursa coming to the middle lane. He's like, all right, I'm here. Might as well set up a gank.
Oh,
And now Freeze
might
in
as
trouble?
well.
No. He should be fine. Shrapnel's going to zone them out.
Fairy
Can we get the
Fire?
shrine off? Fairy Fire use. There's a shrine. And he will ultimately survive. A lot of return damage onto the line right here, especially. But well, we're seeing some funky stuff yet again here in this third game now in the laning phase. As now Crystal Maiden takes over the top lane because Ursa's missing.
Well, that's just what happens. Crystal Maiden is relegated to basically being a solo farmer, as we've seen in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
What do I know?
It's just completely different. Forget everything we've learned over the years. This is the new Dota here. Coming out in this series. So, top lane, Ursa, he's running back in. Not going to be a kill, but, ooh, if he lands that Earthshock, maybe, actually.
Yeah, FY needs to be kind of careful how he chooses to use this mirror image, because being able to purge off the Earthshock will be important, and being able to purge off Frostbite is also important, as now Yao is wrapping around.
This could be a kill. He does have that, the mirror image as talked about. Gonna use it right here, but he's just sitting on top of an Earth Spike he used. They know what the real one is, of course. And the chase is on. Has another Earthshock to use FY. Jukin and jiving though in the trees.
Wow.
He'll avoid the Earthshock. No, he will not. He got hit by it. And there we go. First blood for Lion coming out. So it took a while, but finally the first blood happens on the off-lane Naga Siren. Can't say I'm too surprised though. You know, that's 3 heroes. It's not much Naga
Yeah.
can do at that point.
No. And, I mean, even the way that FY is itemized, like, Naga Siren has a pretty good base move speed, but still, I would feel that against an Ursa, if you knew you were going to be laning offlane, then it would probably be in your best interest to go for something like a Poor Man's Shield, as now FY going to try to get this rune. He's gonna
No.
get it.
Nice time right there with the illusion room. Picks it up, spawns even more illusions, and all of a sudden it's like, which one did we kill? Well, they know the real one now for sure. Shrapnel's coming out though. Trying to set up some turn kills as VGJ. There we go. The Shrapnel will secure it. On the line, and now maybe Rain. He's on the run. Another Shrapnel charge yet again, but that Mana Shield comes up, and that's going to be enough mitigation, despite the Warlock still assisting with some damage of the Fatal Bonds. He'll be fine, though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, they tie it up at 1 hero kill apiece, though. Some nice rune battle going on right there. Lion falls. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Lifestealer just kind of doing his thing. He's 35 and 16 down here, so yet another game for aggressive where he's just having absolute free farm. I think all 3 games he's basically had that.
Yeah, that just seems to be LGD's game plan, and they knew this going in. That's why XC got this Iron Talon right off the bat. It's not really an easy lane for a Beastmaster, especially with the Warlock popping in and out every once in a while, so they're confident in the fact that they're able to outcarry this Lifestealer on VGJ. And like I said, Ursa's a great carry to dealing with the lifestealers, so I can agree with LGD's decision to kind of sacrifice that lane.
Lion roaming around. He's going to be spotted right here. He's pinked out, but no one to really do anything about it. They just know that he's in the area at least, so have that information. Middle lane, Medusa, 20-9. You got Sniper, 22-7. So I know there's been obviously some action definitely developing here in the middle lane quite a bit. But overall, Medusa is, well, I guess they're really tied now. It's basically pretty even here in this middle matchup. I mean, is that really surprising to you, or is that kind of expected?
The fact that Sniper has been getting like repeatedly rotated on makes it not too surprising, and Sniper was able to get that one kill, and so that helps even it out. So even the fact that he is getting rotated on, his team's showing him some love as well. Meanwhile, FY is getting no love up top.
He does not have mirror image. Talked about that. Needs to be careful with how he uses it, and it's on cooldown right now, but the
Nice
net
X.
enough to keep him alive. And yeah, now we see M99. He's on the run. He's going to try to TP out. He'll be fine. But aggressive, guess what? He shows up as the core. He's just looking to be involved. Freeze, meanwhile, though, goes down to the middle lane as they rotate in.
Beastmaster was roaring him.
RLTK. He's going to be rooted right there at the freeze. Obviously,
No
no
axes,
roar.
though.
Yeah, he'll be fine here. Yeah, no axes. Wow, it doesn't even have that leveled up currently. And
Now he
actually,
might die.
Fatal Bonds could help secure the kill into him.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. All right, so at least they get the turn kill. Sniper, a little bit of revenge right there, helping with the team, but nice job initially ganking him, using that level 6 roar, of course, always important. Being involved.
Yeah, it was a lucky haste rune. With all the attention that you've been putting onto the Sniper, he really needs to net themselves a kill at some point, and so they've finally gotten it. Freeze comes back, though, and now Crystal Maiden has taken over this mid lane as aggressive as diving it.
Open wounds, there's the ulti, and the Assassinate helped clutch that kill there, so not much Crystal Maiden can do at that point. As yeah, we'll end up accepting death there, so yeah, this, you know, we saw him on Gyrocopter, especially the first game. This is a roaming lifestealer all of a sudden, at level 7. And you know what it's
China,
working.
in general, like, this is how they like to play their cores. It's not, like, VGJ definitely does it the best, and they definitely do it the earliest, because usually there'll be, like, one... Lifestealer is definitely a carry that rotates earlier on than most other carries, but Aggressive is historically, like, no matter what hero he's playing, like, as soon as he completes, like, one pair of boots or something, he's like, alright, it's time to go find kills all over the map.
Yeah. Usually it's like, yeah, at least get the armlet and then be using that infest to
Right.
go
Exactly.
for kills. But you know what? Yeah, face boots, that's good enough for Aggressive right here. He jumps inside Centaur. And Centaur's going to act like, you know, he's just here to farm. So it'll be interesting to see if LGD tries to make a play. I mean, they're pinging him out right here, but they probably suspect something. I mean, they know Lifestealer was nearby, obviously. And
Yeah, no, there's no reason why a Lifestealer wouldn't be farming the map right now unless if he's infested in someone.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they can use Stampede, but LGD are definitely ready for this. It was just a Lion farming, and that's obviously a very obvious bait on the other end, that, like, Lion is not just going to be farming if he sees us here. But they smoke up, and so that might help VGJ find something.
LGD hugging the tower, though. They're playing this very defensive right now. In fact, TP out coming out from Ursa. He goes to the bottom lane. Doesn't want to have to deal with that. Tarda being just scared, basically. So they're going to all come bottom. Oh, FY. Now, that was a roar, I believe, just about to be used right there. But
About being the key word.
yeah, the sleep comes out.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no, stop early! The miscoordination right there. Will it matter in the long run? Mystic Snake bouncing around. Beastmaster, he did use this roar meanwhile. Now Centaur being locked down. Couple more auto attacks. Yes, Medusa able to finish him off. And on the run is XE still surviving. Aggressive. He does not have a rage anymore. He needs to be careful
Yeah,
about
stick
this.
charges, though.
He does do stay alive. The chaotic offering comes down. The Assassinate picks up Beastmaster in the background. Now goes Crystal Maiden. And Medusa realizing quickly this is a fight they're about to lose, so he ports out before too much more damage happens. Lion, though, goes down. The 3-for-1 turn ultimately in favor of VGJ. That chaotic offering was huge.
I can't believe Warlock is level 6 already. He's
too.
been basically, I guess, jungling, kind of, or because he was supporting this Lifestealer in the bot lane initially, and then, I don't know, I haven't been keeping my eye on him, and dude managed to hit level 6, and it was critical in that fight. Because Naga, I could understand her hitting level 6. She's been, you know, she started out in the offlane, then she went to bot lane, has been kind of left her own devices for the most part, but yeah, this Warlock Fenrir doing an amazing job hitting that level 6.
Yeah, perhaps catching LGD off guard as well. I mean, obviously they were trying to make a play at the bottom lane down here, but they saw the song come out, and all of a sudden, despite not the greatest coordination there with the initial hoof stomp, it obviously didn't matter in the long run.
I don't think Ame can take this easily.
He does have a
Oh,
headdress
okay, he has
here.
a salve. Good.
Oh my God, Sia. Don't die, please. That would give it
No,
away.
Sniper dies.
Oh, yeah.
Roar.
Watching
Bot lane.
Roshan. Good old Sniper dying meanwhile. So yeah, the roar though, that's such a value. I mean, that's such a strong ability, man. It's 3 seconds done even at level 1.
Roshan has fallen
Yep.
to the dust.
Damage.
Burns immortal in me.
And it goes through rage, right? So
Yep.
that's the other benefit there.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna cut down on this Lifestealer's split farming capabilities because with an offlane Naga, VGJ's plan is just to create pressure all over the map once she manages to complete her Radiance, and so Lifestealer is also going to need to be split pushing to enhance that pressure, but with Rage TP not really being that viable with Roar, it's going to be interesting to see how VGJ plays the mid game because, I mean, like, Sniper, he's now died twice, so this is kind of a different, kind of the turnaround of what we normally consider VGJ to be the more aggressive team in the early game. Now it's LGD kind of turning the coin.
You know, kind of thinking about this now is obviously going to wait for Aggressive to return here. The Naga Siren choosing to go the offlane in the end, and isn't that almost, not that you wouldn't do it for this reason, but isn't that almost helping LGD in the sense that with that final pick Lion, we're stressing how if as a support Naga it wasn't going to be nearly as impactful, at least with the illusion killing presence. But now that it's more the offlane, he is going to farm in, and as you suspect, we're still going to see that Radiance, and maybe not as fast as the core Naga by any means, or on one position, but still going to be seeing it, and you see that illusion push eventually going to be coming out. So is that almost an oversight there by VGJ to choose to put farm priority onto Naga Siren? Is it just something you just want to do anyways?
I mean, when it comes to late game, the fact is that a Medusa will typically be able to late game most dual core lineups, and so with that Medusa pick, I believe it was after the Naga Siren, and so they were like, well, we can't outcarry this Medusa if we have a support Naga, so let's just make it a core. It's okay if Lion is, they 5th pick Lion, whatever, let him have his fun with Naga Siren. At the end of the day, if this game goes to like 60 minutes, we'll still be able to outcarry an Ursa Medusa.
Okay. Naga gonna continue to farm here at the bottom lane. Speaking of that matchup, happens to be going up against the Lion here, who's also level 7, actually. Of course, has that Finger of Death, and not a level 4 Earth Spike here, the early Tranquil Boots. 1,400 gold saved up, so doesn't have anything queued up, but with the way he's saving up farm, it seems like a Blink Dagger
Yeah.
could possibly be an option here. And I mean,
Which right now, yeah, it will be nice to follow up with Ursa's Blink Dagger, which he doesn't have yet. He went for the Helm of the Dominator first on Ursa, but he has this Aegis, so he kind of has like free time right now. The next 4 or so minutes, he's just looking for kills. If he finds one, great. If not, just keep farming, and then eventually you're going to get this Blink Dagger.
So the Ogre here, assisting and applying that armor buff to him, so he wants to get jump for something like the Sniper, the Lifestealer, obviously mitigating plenty of damage, the slow that it provides. And going to join up with the team right here as they push this bottom tower. This should be a free tower push for LGD. Let's see, BGJ stopping this one. In fact, maybe counter push the middle lane. That's exactly what Sniper's doing. As Sniper, by the way, he's trying to finish his own Hand of Midas right here to go with those power treads and Ring of Aquila. You like the Midas choice on him?
It's all about withstanding to the late game. You don't pick a core Naga into this lineup unless you're saying, like, yes, we are going to make this a 60-minute game if you make it, if you want us to, and Midas is the best way to soldier up for such a long, drawn-out affair.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, bottom lane. They're going to keep pushing, though. So if they go secondary tower here, now that begs the question, do you defend if you're VGJ? I mean, they have team fight. We've already seen that. Chaotic Offering, they got Centaur. No Blink Dagger just yet, though.
Radiant structures
Be a
are
difference
fortified.
here. Should they defend, you think, or give this up?
I mean, it's an Aegis Ursa, and so even if you blow a bunch of ults, chances are that you're only going to be able to kill one of Ursa's lives, and then maybe a few of LGD's heroes, but none of VGJ are ready to fight. Like we said, this Sniper is going for a Midas. This Lifestealer has an armlet completed, but he's doing his own push, which is he should continue and he's going to get this tier 1. And Naga
Dire's
Siren
top tower
doesn't
is
really have very much. In fact, buying wards now, so maybe
Really?
not a Radiance.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's curious. Huh. I mean, oh yeah, go to the network. I've been on the last hits here. Yeah, Nagasar really is behind. You got to wonder, is that maybe an adjustment to just how the game's going? Is that she really is getting nothing this game. Let's just make her a support in the end.
I guess, but then why get the Midas on Sniper? Because
True.
Medusa is going to be useful quicker than Sniper will be if Sniper goes Midas. Otherwise, if you go something like Maelstrom first, then Sniper will definitely be more useful than Medusa. But then late game situation, I favor the Medusa most situations, especially if Sniper has to deal with something like this Blink Lion, Blink Beastmaster at some point, and Blink Ursa. So, I don't know. I feel like this Sniper isn't ready for the mid game if LGD keeps being aggressive.
VGJ was trying to be aggressive right there and jump onto Medusa in the middle lane, but as you had the Invis on a Centaur, the Infest in him, and still him, in fact, from Lifestealer, but Medusa did a good job of falling back in time, and so they don't get that opportunity. They're going to smoke up double damage, by the way, on Ursa. Oh, man, this is a time to fight if any for LGD.
No Blink Dagger, though, so he's just
you're
going to
right.
walk in. He still has Aegis for about 30 more seconds.
Oh, 2,100 gold saved up. He's so close to the Blink Dagger, too. The timing just a little off. If he's out of here, this fight's going so good for LGD. But yeah, without having it, doesn't have that gap closer as mentioned, so probably not going to get too much out of this. They'll deny the middle tower, at least. And so there's a slight benefit. But yeah, the Aegis is going to be wearing off, but he has the Blink Dagger now. You got to blink on Lion. You have a Necronomicon level
Holy
2.
crap. You do have a Blink
Beastmaster.
online, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got their
This
jump.
Lion is crazy farmed. I was praising Warlock for being so high leveled, but this Lion, Fenrir did go for the Midas on this Warlock, so he had another Midas on VGJ. So it's not too surprising, but still, like Lion, again, I have not been paying much attention to him, but M99 manages to get himself 2250 gold, and now he's ready to rock and roll. He has a finger. They're gonna find Centaur.
They're going to find the Centaur for sure, and with that Finger of Death, easy kill coming out. So they expose the Blink Daggers, but you know what? It gets a big kill on a Centaur. They're just fine with that information going out right there. So let the roaming begin in favor of LGD. So now VGJ, they obviously very aware of this, and so they're going to be the ones having to play much more defensive now, which in the series in general, it definitely goes against with how they've been playing quite a bit. But
Yeah.
unorthodox play coming out here because of how.
I mean,
they're
aggressive, he's still itemizing in a way that he wants to jump into fights, and he's going to be the mid-game insurance that allows this Midas Sniper to stay relevant, assuming they can protect him for long enough, but still, it's very 4 protect 1 from LGD right now. And Medusa is just quietly accumulating farm, topping the net worth right now, has her Yasha completed, and is going to have Manta pretty soon as well. And I mean, hell, even Medusa can start joining in on the 5-man push of LGD because Necrobook 2 is completed on XZ, so it's very easy for them to start pushing down towers, even though it is a Medusa who usually doesn't become useful until later.
So aggressive, you mentioned how he's itemizing here. He is going the Sage, so are we going to see a Heaven's Halberd once again
Oh,
on him?
Blink.
But yeah, top lane Ursa. We're going to jump on top of him with that Blink Dagger, but he pops the Enrage. He does have Crystal Maiden nearby. Stampede activated. Going to help chase down Ame. He is in trouble. Out comes a Freezing Field for a turn kill. They get the gun Ursa, though, and now down goes Crystal Maiden as well. So VGJ, they come out on top of this 2 versus 2 exchange right here. 2-0 even, so well played. And again, that Sage's going to be finished here soon.
Yeah, Ursa feeling a little bit too confident. He completed that Blink Dagger, wasn't really expecting the initiation from the Centaur, so he goes down and CM goes down as well, but still, LGD are in a pretty good position right now. Even though Sniper did participate and Lifestealer was able to get out, they need to be able to continue transitioning. I don't know why LGD aren't playing more aggressively with this Blink Dagger of Lion, but they might... Oh, other way around.
Yeah, they're going to be found. In fact, Lion is nearby, though. He's still ready to go, but again, Chaotic Offering, got to figure that's coming out as well. There's the Roar on a Nagasar to start things off. Just simply trying to live is the answer. Mystic Sage bouncing around, they get the kill on the Nagasar. Meanwhile, Hex on a Centaur, but here comes a Chaotic Offering. Beastmaster picked off. That ulti, though, of Medusa with the Scream definitely have an effect as well. ROTK, he's at half-life on the run, trying to be hero blocked a little bit. Earth Spike onto him. Nice Blink Dagger away as the open wounds is applied to Lion. And trying to run. Now the Mana Drain coming out, trying to
There's no
keep
tower.
aggressive from
Lion
using
has
that
a blink in
rage.
3 more seconds. They're going to keep going. Lion's going to blink an Earth Spike.
Yeah, why
And
not?
Finger.
Does he have Rage popping off? He does. There's the Ear Spark. The Finger as mentioned, and a double kill for Maybe Rain on the Medusa. And look at this. It's a tier 3 tower. Nice transition. Right into it. LGD looking really good. The Chaotic Offering in the background. It's going to be scared off. This should be a tier 3, and that means Shrines now are going to be exposed. We're pre 20 minutes in this game.
Is under attack.
This is what I wanted to see from LGD. You got to punish these Midases on VGJ. You got to punish the way that this sniper has itemized himself. They had a good initiation with that sleep, and the only problem was they only caught the Beastmaster. And Beastmaster did die, but he was able to pop his Necro Book, and that helped them get this melee Rax. Ame may die.
Yeah, that upheaval doing work actually with the Fatal Bonds as well, but man, that Enrage is
Oh.
doing more work as that's a BM pause.
Kale.
How they go? I think that was like a quick lag spike, it seemed like. So they're calling out right there, but
Yeah, Ame's gonna get double-edged, I think.
yeah, Centaur, he is right there. He is stunned. He's going to try to turn him, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Ursa goes down, as does Crystal Maiden, and they're also going to get Lion. So they will get some casualties in the end, but man, they lose the range. They lose the melee racks, excuse me, as well as that tier 3 tower. Again, basically just hitting 20 minutes into this game. So even with losing the heroes there at the end, I think LGD
Radiant's middle
overall
tower
very
is under
satisfied with
attack.
the outcome.
Yeah, if VGJ were also able to pick off Medusa, then it would have been... It still would have been LGD favored, but slightly less so. But Medusa was able to get out, is now 10k net worth, nearly 2k ahead of the sniper. And again, it's a sniper with a lot of his net worth is being put into this Midas, which isn't doing very much, but Maybe Rain, he has this Manta Style completed, has 3.2k gold saved up right now, so
Yeah.
may go for a Butterfly, may go for a Maelstrom. I'm curious what he'll go for on this Medusa.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I know
was gonna go for a
Scotty's considered
Lincoln's.
good. A Lincoln's could potentially, okay, they do get Lincolns.
Why is he going Lincolns? I mean, it's possible that he just needs the... He doesn't need to deal more damage, he just needs to stay alive longer in fights, and so Lincoln's is a great mana regen item, but there's not really anything worth blocking. Maybe open wounds, but I don't know. I think it's more just a survivability item for mana shield.
Yeah, just a nice stat item, as you pointed out. Yeah, the regen's nice. Perseverance effect already finished right here,
Radiant's
so
middle tower
that's
is
his
under
decision. Obviously, at the how the last fight went, clearly figuring they don't need necessarily more damage. Nice Mantis Cell split up right there as the Hoofstomp comes in, and there's a Scream activated as well, kind of zoning the support. Beastmaster in the background, Assassinate, as well as a Chaotic Offering. He will end up falling. The Stampede activated, and down goes Medusa. So VGJ winning a pretty solid fight at their Tier 1 mid tower. As Chaotic Offering yet again coming into play. No Naga Siren sleep even needed right there. And
Yeah,
now they're
part of
going to
that
counter.
came down to possibly the nerfs that Beastmaster had received in patches past. They put up Hawk, and usually whenever you put up a Hawk, you're like, oh, I'm not afraid about no enemy initiation. I'm going to see everything. But all they needed was one Centaur Hoofstomp to immediately start a domino effect. Oh, FY does find a sleep now.
Couple
Radiant's
supports
bottom
over
barracks
here.
are under
Look at these
attack.
little presents they got. Nice blink from Lion, but Crystal Maiden unfortunately doesn't have one.
Radiant's
She
bottom
will
barracks
fall in the
is
end.
falling.
So they're not going to get the secondary tower. Part of me almost wonders if they would have been better off getting the secondary tower there in
Yeah.
hindsight, but oh well. Couldn't have
Maybe
known.
they thought they would have been able to get the Lion as well. Then it would have been worth it for 2 support kills, but for just a Crystal Maiden, you would have preferred to get the tier 2 instead.
And it is going to be a Solar Crest option on Naga Siren. So yeah, the idea of the whole Radiance build is definitely not a thing in this game. Playing really just raw support here instead.
Raw support in the form of Solar Crest. So last game I liked the Solar Crest a lot because TA is like extremely bursty right click. This game, I mean, Ursa kind of is, but
Roshan
oh,
has
as they take down Roche,
Yeah.
it's not really as critical if Ursa misses attacks because he doesn't lose overpower stacks if he misses. So if he misses, he's just going to continue attacking again at max speed. And then Medusa, she just kind of attacks indiscriminately. She doesn't really care what she hits. She's just going to be tossing out these split shots all left and right. So I don't know why they're going a Solar Crest on FY.
Yeah.
Now he's going for a mech. Or no, never mind. Yeah, now he's going for a mech. And mech makes far more sense to me, but Yeah, even even if he keeps it as a medallion, I don't know. The armor itself doesn't seem too important for keeping VGJ's heroes alive.
Maybe the idea even of more the aggressive use, you get the sleep initiation and allows you to apply that medallion on the target right away as soon as they're jumping in as a
True.
team and get the quick kill. So could be the possibility as well, but. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely catching us off guard, I think, is the ultimate thing. How, again, this was an off-lane Naga Siren, essentially. You figured that was going to be more of a core.
A lot of compromises have been made by FY in these first 24 minutes.
Heaven's Halberd has officially been finished on Lifestealer, by the way, so you talked about that item coming out with the Saints pickup earlier, and for those of you tuning into Game 3, you're like, what the hell? Well, we saw it in Game number 1 as well, actually. Or no, it was Game 2. It was the last game.
Oh, and I did conclude that so spell immunity can purge off the disarm.
Okay,
maybe
so
Rain.
BKB would, yeah. Oh, they're going to jump Medusa, go for the quick kill. Chaotic Offering coming out, but the Manta Style activated the Roar used, so he's out of mana as Medusa, but that Scream is definitely helping her keep alive. In fact, setting up some turn. Oh, she gets sleeped up by Naga Siren. Nobody dead just yet, but Ursa's like, I don't even care. Everyone's asleep around me, but okay, he's going to be put to sleep now himself as he rage wears off, but he's going to run away. In the background, Medusa is still low. He's trying to kite the Assassinate going through, but again, he survives. A Lincoln Sphere coming into play right there. Nobody died.
No, that's a massive advantage to LGD. So many, every single cooldown was used on VGJ, and LGD aren't nearly as cooldown dependent. This Primal Roar is probably the most important ult, and that's going to be up in 35 seconds. Stone Gaze will be down for another 50 seconds, but Chaotic Offering is down for 2 minutes. Sleep is down for another minute and a half. It's much more valuable for LGD to come out of that, and after taking that bot tier 3, they claim the last shrine, so may continue to be aggressive, may want to defend. They're just going to reset.
Yeah, map control definitely looking to be in their favor. You have Medusa level 18 right now, so at this rate going to be the first one at level 20. She has a 15% evasion talent from level 15, 12 intelligence initially, and you got the level 20 talent. We'll see what she tends to get right there as well, but moving on the talent tree chart, up on the talent tree chart that is, for Medusa. And yeah, they're resetting right here, and as you mentioned, all those cooldowns with the ultimates here for VGJ, and LGD very aware of that, so they're going to now push the secondary tower. You have to think this is going to be a free tower kill. There's no way they try to defend this one here.
Nope,
And
no
yeah.
way. Stone Gaze is up. All of LGD's ults are up, whereas the Chaotic Offering and the Sleep are both down. Still down for a little bit longer as well, so
Yeah, can they protect tier 3 is the question. Naga Sleep, 18 seconds.
And sweet.
yeah. Oh,
Well, they catch Lion, assassinate, but no follow-up. He'll just 4-staff away, and he'll be fine. So they don't push tier 3, but again, they've already got one tier 3. They kill the shrines as a result of that, so they're not in a huge rush right here.
that one tier 3 push was like you see how powerful the creep clear of VGJ is, and the fact that LGD were able to take that Rax at such an early opening, they didn't have to deal with any of this creep clear, and it's going to constantly keep pressure. You see that the creep wave is pushing into high ground. Fenrir has to come back. He has to constantly keep his eyes. The range Rax went down at some point, even though all LGD took was the melee. It was just the natural pressure. Now M99 sees freeze. There's no way that a Lion can get this kill solo, though.
1440 life, yeah, from level 2 Finger of Death. Now, he does say who's coming.
Carry
Ursa.
the 2,
Carry-
divide 3.
Let me do some quick math right here. Oh, hey, Ursa, there's a kill.
That's a dead.
That, as I expected, it would be a kill. Bottom lane, Beastmaster, he roars them away, but they're still going to follow up. And all the 4-staff, he's barely alive by the open wounds, giving him slow enough, and he will die. Good support by Lion right there, but not enough in the end. However, the top lane, it's Ursa just going to continue pushing it up here, so. He still has that Aegis, by the way, and he has an MKB in the works, man. He already has the Demon Edge here.
Yeah, this time LGD is prepared for... Well, actually, last time it was LGD who built the Halberd, wasn't it?
That's what that hit me too when I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
So how
And then
about
Aggressive
that?
just like, that's a good idea. Maybe I should get that.
Yeah. Back-to-back games, we see such a
And-
unique item on different players, even.
Yeah. And this game, I don't... So, the reason I get constantly confused by the disarm, dispelling capabilities of Halberd is because, like, Slark's Dark Pact cannot purge it off, and Ursa's Ag and Rage cannot purge it off. The only thing that can purge off Heaven's Halberd Dispel is spell immunity. So Rage can purge it off, and BKB can purge it off.
I've come to
And
find very
obviously, like, when
quickly.
you're spell immune.
Yeah, in Dota 2, when it comes to mechanics, man, there's just so much funky things that take place that it's like no one actually knows everything and how
Right.
everything works.
It was kind of like the problem that we reached this point is because it was band-aid fixes. Like at first everything was able to dispel Heaven's Halberd Disarm, and it was a garbage item. And so like more and more rules were implemented to kind of ease it into viability, and now maybe it's at the point where like, okay, spell immunity can purge it off, but like you can't Manta Style it off, you can't Dark Pact it off, you can't do other kinds of soft dispels or hard dispels. You need spell immunity itself. And so
Yeah.
Ursa has a BKB, but MKB is a more reliable option, especially because FY might complete this. Actually, no, he's going to go for Greaves as opposed to completing out the Solar Crest. But I don't know, just the MKB in general is a fantastic damage item.
Yeah, no, it's when you have two different teams picking up in the same series, it's got to warrant something that maybe it's a pretty solid item. So perhaps this is the beginning of a little bit of change here, some item progression, but keep an eye out for that. But he has that. The AC is next in line, of course, for the Lifestealer, so we'd like to have that picked up. But you have a Beastmaster now with a gem. Talk about map control. That's already been in LGD's favor. That's just helping that much more. You see more of the map control coming out as the top lane is going to be pushed in by VGJ, but right as I say that, they start falling back, realizing that it's going to be a lost cause. Now, Centaur does have enough money for the Ags. Okay, he will buy it right there. So again, the nerfed Ags effect, but still, 50% damage reduction is still plenty.
Yeah, whenever the sniper dies with just like 100 HP, I'll have a smile on my face and be like, "I sprung, you genius! You've done it again."
The nerf is real, yeah. Lion, meanwhile, killing off illusions. Again, has both the Hex and the Mana Drain to do that instantly here, so that Naga Siren is hurt in a sense as far as trying to be useful with scouting with those illusions around the line at least.
And for those of you who may not remember that Gem Aura does not carry on to illusions anymore, and so even though Naga does have this gem, she is going to have to be the one to find out all the wards and all the invis targets.
Yeah, definitely a good point to bring up right there. ROTK, meanwhile, him and Lifestealer, they've been constant. They've done this several times now, and I feel like it really hasn't worked out just yet, if ever. They're hunting, but not going to really find anyone. Meanwhile, the top lane, that's where everyone is after LGD. And they're pushing as a team. Medusa, she has 2,800 gold just about saved up.
This is such a
Scotty.
it's like a really ballsy gem pickup because like they have no semblance of map control. All of VGJ's outer towers are down. They have no wards on the map except for this like random ward in the top lane. If you have this gem, you typically get it whenever you have like confident map control and you just want to strangle the enemy, make sure that they can't escape their base. But right now, VGJ are trying to do it the other way around, where they're strangled and they're trying to get some more map control. But I mean, even if they do find wards, LGD have more than enough net worth and more than enough map control to be able to just eliminate whatever wards this Naga puts up. I mean, they're getting a few, but I don't know if they can turn into anything aggressive. They're looking into Rosh, and Rosh is actually up in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's just about up, so the timing a little unfortunate right there. But no doubt LGD, in fact, they're pinging it out right now. He's got right as Roshan comes up right here. So LGD is going to be very interested in doing that, especially VGJ. It's more about let's try to prevent them from doing it. And they got potential, as we've seen. I mean, when it comes to team fights, again, a good host stomp initiation and the chaotic offering, especially with the Fatal Bond split, is quite the presence here and a song to reset if need be. But
yeah, I mean, normally I'm terrified as if I was LGD to go into the pit, but they only need one hero. They only need to send Ursa, or unless Medusa dies.
oh, that would be a huge pick to start things off. Now support is kind of nearby, though.
God, Lion's stuck.
That Stone Gaze. And in the background, here we go. The Chaotic Offering coming out. The Sleep as well, but going to be canceled pretty quickly as the BKB pop by Ursa aggressive. He will fall. No buyback to be had, by the way. The chase is on. The split shot with the Eye of Scotty. So much anti-kite. And down falls Centaur. In the background, though, Sniper, he's being that right-click turret. Gets the pick off on a couple of heroes, and now goes Ursa, in fact. Sniper was just sitting back there, and then he had the Fatal Bonds kicking in from Fenrir. All of a sudden, VGJ coming out on top of the fight at the very end.
Yeah, especially with a buyback on Crystal Maiden, which I imagine CM bought back because they thought that VGJ might go into Rosh. Otherwise, that buyback was not necessary. But, man, M99 blinking into the trees really set them back because it's kind of like Stampede was used for initiation that fight. And if you're using it for initiation, then that means that the damage reduction is almost irrelevant, because
True.
whenever you're going aggressive on LGD, they're just backing out. They're not dealing any damage. They're just trying to run. So Stampede was used aggressively, which means that M99 has a good opening to jump on a sniper. He has Blink Dagger. He has Force Staff. Even if he dies, the whole goal is just to make sure that the sniper isn't able to just plink away like he did in that fight. They're not able to take Roche because Ursa's dead right now, but they're still gonna hover around.
Yeah, they still want to do it as soon as Ursa's back up, I'm sure. So we're going to kind of have a reset right here. And now they don't have Chaotic Offering. Again, LGD very aware of this. It's down for another 70 seconds. The sleep down for another 25 seconds. So that should be back up by the time a relevant fight breaks out. Or maybe not, actually, because they're going to go right in now. And going to try to
Maybe
do
it's
it.
huge. And again, all the cooldowns are down. No Song, no Chaotic Offering.
Good Medusa just charging in. It has that Stone Gaze. Going to pop it right off the bat. Says run away. As a Stampede activated, they're aggressive. Gets to pick on a Yao in the background meanwhile, so they're going to pick on support and going for more, but now they need to be careful with this Medusa in the front lines. Spamming auto attacks with the split shot. There goes the sleep, though. And
Nice.
Lifestealer, they'll just walk it off for now. Going to reset. They're going to go on a Beastmaster. They want to at least, but he walks away. He has a Shadow Blade up.
They need to kill Sniper.
In the background, yeah, Sniper's the focus, though. So Beastmaster in trouble, but so is Sniper. The hand of Finger of Death even already used it. Down he goes. He has a buyback, though, so we'll see if he uses it here, depending on the fight picks up right now. Lifestealer, there's that buyback. There goes the kill on a Naga Siren, though. And now Roshan is real. That's an attempt, at least. But the supporting cast, Beastmaster is up in 5 seconds, however, as is Lion. They're going to be coming back quickly here.
They're not necessary. Again, now Chaotic Offering is up, but Sleep was used. And there was a really well-timed Sleep, and it briefly saved the Sniper, but in the end he went down, and now they want to go back in again. Ursa blinks out. This is Roche.
Wow. Aggressive's like, wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. And now they're going to go for it. I mean, this is...
I mean, they can. Chaotic Offering is up now. Stone Gaze is down. I don't know if maybe should go in.
Round number 3 right here. Who's going to come in on top? Ursa jumps in. There's that Chaotic Offering. Meanwhile, Nagasaran staying dead, obviously, but Lion got picked off right there as a freezing field from a distance, though. ROTK, Glimmer Cape will save him. The kill on the Roshan and aggressive. He steals the Aegis right there. He snatches it up for himself. He's going toe-to-toe with the Medusa. ROTK, meanwhile, he gets the pick off in the background. Onto XD on the Beastmaster. Again, he's going to be up fairly quickly with the respawn time. But now Lifestealer, he's on the run. It's not going to work. Oh, the Glimmer Clay will barely keep alive. The misses kicking in. The Solar Crest effect is definitely doing work. The Armlet Toggle. How is Aggressive still alive? He jumps in Nagasaran, and he's going to stay alive in the long run. The Aegis not even going to be used as a result of that. What an escape right there. A little bit of lucky definitely involved, but he'll take it.
That was amazing. I thought for sure after the Frostbite connected that there's no way he's going to be able to toggle out, and, well, he didn't need to. Saving Private Aggressive, Naga Siren comes in, didn't even need to use the sleep, just hopped inside, and I mean, maybe is still like a raid boss territory right now, and he picked up the cheese even though Lifestealer did pick up the Aegis, but Sniper died back, and so this bot lane has been perpetually pushing. And so now it's just going to be that much easier to push this mid lane as Aggressive will try to defend, but there's only so much he can do.
Yeah, that's true. With Sniper dead, they obviously lose a lot of the scary damage presence right here on the side of VGJ, but they still have some counter push. Going to use that right here. It's Necronomicon, level 3. It's up here for Beastmaster. He's going to head towards the top lane, actually. And that upheaval, man, that slow is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It makes it pretty much makes it impossible to push into the middle lane here. So, yeah, they will hold it without the Sniper pretty easily, actually. And he'll be back up in a couple of seconds. So it was a round 3 Roshan fight right there, and eventually, I mean, VGJ, they definitely come out on top of it. They got the Aegis still in the end, and Lifestealer, he even still has it, despite how it played out. So, as you talked about, they are losing the bottom rack still. The
entire bot lane has been raised. All the effigies are gone. All the shrines are gone. The bot tier 4 is taking about a quarter damage. It'll regen, though, so it's not too important, but still, like, I can't stress enough how valuable that early push was from LGD to constantly keep this pressure on VGJ. If they spend this much time trying to contest Roche, it's going to cost them.
And I kind of, in hindsight now, you look at maybe Rain in this build right here. He has a Mjolnir now, so the damage is starting to come out. But as the fight was taking place, I think he just got the Maelstrom even. But obviously his damage, going the eye of Scotty, that's where you kind of look at it as, was that maybe too defensive on top of the Lincoln Sphere that he already had? Manta Style in itself has that defensive mechanic to it, so now he's starting to be more offensive, but is that a hindsight thing to say that perhaps he should have gone more aggressive earlier on?
I don't have any issues with the Scotty. The Scotty is an amazing item on Medusa. It gives the int. It's going to kite around this Lifestealer. If anything, my biggest issue is with the Mjolnir, because the Scotty's great if you can connect the right clicks, but you have to deal with Solar Crest, you have to deal with Halberd, you have to deal with Aggressive's talent evasion at 20%. With all these things put together, this Medusa isn't hitting targets as much as she should be. Now she's going for a Bloodthorn, but Lifestealer is one of the best heroes for having to deal with Bloodthorn, assuming... Well, actually, maybe not. Yeah, actually, Lifestealer might have quite a bit of trouble dealing with the Bloodthorn, but still, I don't know if going for the full Mjolnir was the play. MKB was completed for Ame, but Ame is not being able to stay in fights nearly as long as Medusa is, so... Yeah, well, this Bloodthorn is definitely critical.
Let's see when she's able to get that. Obviously, by the time she does, you figure maybe another Roshan is going to be on the list right here. For both teams, it definitely looking to be due, but it's right now LGD that they just have to continue the map control. Roshan's definitely, as a lot of the times in these later on games, is going to be the focus, though, because it is very difficult to siege into this team of VGJ. I mean, Sniper just sitting back, throwing out the shrapnels. They have Centaur with the Stampede in case. The Chaotic Offering presence is obviously always going to be scary. The Naga Sleep, so you can't just expect LGD to go cutthroat here and just try to dive in the tower by any means. So it's going to be a patient game right now, it feels like.
Yeah, LGD has to play hit and run. If all the cooldowns are up for VGJ, they will win the fight every time. Chaotic Offering with this Aghanim Scepter on Warlock completed, and the song setup means that it's going to be a lost fight. But if LGD can bait out these cooldowns, then disengage, or maybe just even split push VGJ into submission, that's going to be their ticket to win this game.
Versa, the Abyssal Blade is definitely going to help the cause. And what about level 25 progress right here? Oh yeah, Medusa, she is there. What did she end up getting? 600 mana at 20, and then 25% lifesteal, of course, at level 25. So, speaking of raid boss status, I mean, she's not dying, very likely. I mean, you're going to need to do quite a bit to actually kill her, but...
Yeah, no, and she has this level 15 evasion talent as well, so... All of it put together, she has an insane amount of effective HP, and she's been sitting on this cheese the whole time as well. The Lifestealer took the Aegis, but she took the cheese, and, I mean, arguably Medusa kind of prefers the cheese, because that means that she can continue staying in the fight, doesn't need that 3-second downtime where she can get set up by the rest of the enemy team, and like she has no concerns just walking straight up to 5 heroes like this.
Yeah.
She's missing a lot, though, so that's a bit of an issue.
That old Solar Crest causing some issue right here. I thought I saw something just picked up there, but we'll see if anything eventually gets delivered here with the couriers. But yeah, I did notice Sniper. He does have the Chrysalis working on the Daedalus now. So as far as damage goes, obviously Sniper is doing plenty from a distance, of course. Naga Siren. Well, she has the Radiance queued up now. I guess it's a game of, you know what, might as well go for it now. At this point in the game here.
Gold and sweat.
Yeah, it's a pretty typical transition at this point once you've completed the 2 main support items, in this case Greaves and Solar Crest. Part of me may have liked to see the Aghanim Scepter, but in this game, the way FY is using the song is not defensively, it's pretty much aggressively every single time. Whenever they find an opening, they'll song, and then they'll use that to help set up the Chaotic Offering and the Hoof Stomp and the Shrapnels, so Aghanim Scepter wouldn't be too useful in that situation.
Yeah, that's fair to say. But again, the map control continues for LGD. Look at the vision that they have, and the vision that VGJ does not, in fact, as smoking,
Man,
though.
maybe as a DD, this is a terrible time to go for a fight.
Oh, well, they're going to go into Lion, and they get the quick kill right there, at least, so there's something. But now they want more? They're hunting.
Stampede is down.
Yeah, just used right there. And Lion's back up shortly. Again, with his minus respawn time of minus 30 seconds at the level 10 talent, he's going to be back up very quickly here. So,
I guess they don't want to fight before maybe completes this Bloodthorn. Might as well just wait.
yeah, he's almost there. And I don't know if If you're maybe, do you even worry about a buyback? How difficult you are to kill?
No, I don't think so, because they can kind of, like, they don't need to take a fight that they can't win, as, like, they can win this fight.
That's an easy kill, and he does not have a buyback, actually. He's dead for 85 seconds. That's quite a bit of time here for an opening.
Oh, man.
So.
And he had a refresher orb as well, so he could have brought another Stampede.
Yeah, you're right. That's a huge pickup. The Shadowblade initiation from Beastmaster, and here we go, the raid boss. Going up the middle lane, a.k.a. Medusa. The upheaval going to cause issue, though, with the Shrapnel. As we talked about, there's still plenty of counter push on the side of VGJ. Sniper alone is going to be so difficult to just simply push into the base again. So they might not get too much out of this. Roshan is up, though. Surprised they're not checking that.
It's more important to go when the centaur does not have buyback, as now Ursa about to get the kill with the Glimmer Cape.
Here comes the Chaotic Offering, though, in response. Ursa dropping himself to get the turn kill to Crystal Maiden. Ursa just tanking the damage out with the enrage up, and in the background, maybe Rain with the split shots doing work. Lion and Ursa end up going down, though, so now the damage output of LGD, not necessarily a scare. In fact, Medusa, we thought he was tanky. I mean, he's going to use a cheese right here to stay alive for a little bit longer, but this sniper just sitting in the background. Double kill coming out. That's the last thing you wanted to do if your LGD is get committed into a base fight right there with clearly the lacking the bit of damage. I mean, they just played that so well with the kite and out came the Chaotic Offering, and that was the turn.
It's not necessarily damage. It's the most important thing is that they're not killing Sniper. And if you don't kill Sniper, you will lose the fight every single time. The reason that it was such a good time, they thought, for the opening is because, well, with Centaur Stampede down, then the Sniper doesn't have an easy way to get out. But then they committed on a non-important kill. So who was hexed up and then Glimmer Caped? Was it the Naga Siren?
That was Naga Siren, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not what you should be hopping on. If it was the Sniper, then yes, you commit fully onto that. But a Naga Siren, who cares if you kill her? Like, what are you going to accomplish if you kill a Naga Siren?
Yeah,
As now they give up Roche control.
She had a buyback anyway, so worst case, she just comes right back in right there. And yeah, you mentioned Roshan, talk about the loss of the control there. That's a quick Roshan kill, and now you got Shees and Aegis all of a sudden for VGJ. So now you have Centaur back up. The refresher, as you mentioned, picked up on him prior to that death right there. And Centaur's getting dangerously close to that level 25 as well, which, you know, you gain the return aura with that, and all of a sudden even more damage presence coming out here from VGJ. If that's what he chooses to go for, of course. I mean, a little more stun lockdown's not too bad to have either.
No,
but
yeah, you will definitely go for the return aura.
Yeah.
But all of it just combines with the fact that this Sniper is becoming more and more unkillable. He has the Aegis. Even if they do manage to complete, close the gap, I don't think Freeze has had to use his Pike, ultra defensively at all. And now Lion's initiation is falling off. He had this Bling Dagger and 4-step since the first 24 minutes in the game, and then since then this Lion's progression has halted significantly, and at this point there's no easy way to jump, as now they're going to Stampede defensively.
Oh, that was, curious right there. I think that might have been simply somebody panicking perhaps, because,
Oh, Aggressive gets spotted out in the spot lane, but rather XZ gets spotted out and he leaves.
Yeah, just Beastmaster. He's more so just getting information for the team. Maybe get a free kill on one of the supports here, if anything, but not going to be happening. So, again, map control still definitely favors LGD. That's where they have the advantage, and they'll continue to do so, especially with the Beastmaster, it feels like. But this Aegis here on Sniper, does VGJ make an aggressive play, you think? Do they need to be now pushing out, as I guess they're kind of doing here? In the middle.
They want to do something during the Aegis duration, because they got that Roche lucky, but like you said, they don't have map control and they're not going to be able to solidify map control very easily. So they have this Aegis, they need to capitalize on it, otherwise they're going to lose this slight advantage that they have, which they're not really too concerned. Naga Siren has now completed her Radiance, and so even more mischance going on. So right now, this Medusa, she'll be able to Bloodthorn one target, but she'll only have True Strike on one target. Everything else is going to miss. And there are 1,000 different sources of miss right now.
Yeah, this is, oh, actually, because LG or VGJ, they're looking to initiate. Here we go. Roar using the back of the, out comes the Malphus. Now comes the Chaotic Offering, I should say. The two of them, in fact, with the Aegis on top of that, the Axe even. As down goes Ursa in the midst of the fight. And now we have Lion and Medusa. They're on the run. LGD completely defensive right now. Medusa, man, she needs to split up and keep running. The Assassinate to take out Lion as he attempts to run away. And here we go with the Tier 1 tower now. The bottom lane still up, but now it's dead quickly. And that's exactly the pickoffs and the push that they were looking for. 80 seconds resurrection for Ursa right here. Not going to be coming back up. Doesn't have a buyback. And they still have the Aegis for another 2 minutes now.
I'm pretty sure that's the game. This BKB of Ursa actually almost worked out against him because that means he was the only person who was awake while the rest of his team was asleep. They're backing off. They don't know if Ursa has buyback, I guess. And meanwhile, Beastmaster is split pushing top. But they're going to back off. They still have Aegis on Sniper, so that's surprising. But, like, they have all the cards. Like, at this point, LGD are praying for a VGJ mistake. They can't win this game. It's going to be a VGJ loss rather than an LGD win at this point.
Yeah, it does seem like VGJ could have at least gone for the Tier 3 right there. It would have only been a couple more seconds, and then that, of course, opens up the Shrine kills. But they do decide to play the very defensive route. And as you said, VGJ perhaps definitely the ones in control now of the way this game's going. So they don't want to overcommand. They don't want to give the throw chance to LGD. And they're ultimately going to play the very, very safe decisions right here. But at Aegis, about another minute or so remaining. Ooh, a nice little double damage rune spawn right there for...
But Freeze does not care for such things.
Okay. He doesn't need it, I guess. He's just fine without it.
He's like, was that's the biggest double take I've ever seen.
Do I smell something? Oh, there it is. Good old double damage rune. All right, he'll push the top lane with the team now. With that picked up. So yeah, Ursa is up and good to go, but now the DD on Sniper, you do not want to be fighting into this, it feels like. And again, Warlock, he's working on a refresher, which is almost finished. And that with the Axe for the double Chaotic Offering, the double Golem coming out.
Yeah, they're gonna back off. They don't. Oh, unless they find it aggressive. You know, VGJ is gonna back off. It's all about this Chaotic Offering. I don't really know how much of an impact it has, but it has some impact, and that's enough for VGJ to say, like, if Chaotic Offering is enough, we don't need to take any fights. We have Aegis right now. We actually, do they still have it? Yeah, they still have Aegis for one more second. They do not have Aegis now, but there's no reason to take a fight that's not necessary.
Yeah, played safe. Push out the bottom lane. Exactly what they're going to do here somewhat. Nagasiren, 3,800 more gold saved up for FY, so of course the Radiance has really activated him to come online, and I guess at this point you'd probably just goes for an Octarine core, right? You know, just follows that up with cooldown reduction here.
Yeah, actually, typically on the core Naga you would go Manta style at this point, but on this semi-support Naga at this stage of the game, I think you do go Octarine, because the cooldown reduction on Song, the cooldown reduction on Mirror Image, to me that seems more valuable than just being able to make illusions on demand with the Manta style, but we'll see what he goes for.
Yeah. Yeah, plenty of gold saved up, and more to come with that Radiance pushing out the lanes, and proving to be a difficult task here for LGD to truly try to finish this game. But an Assault Curiosity on to Beastmaster now. Going to help with that cause. Medusa has the full-on Bloodthorn, has another 5,500 gold saved up. I mean, her inventory is basically full. Obviously, you got the backpack. You'll have Moon Shards as well as an option still. But
well, if there was an option at this stage, and you have this much gold,
yeah,
I think you kind of only have one choice.
Oh, the good old Divine Rapier?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
where we're going with this? Yeah, you know what? It probably makes sense, right, for LGD to truly try to actually finish this game. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. That's a good point. Well, we'll see if she does. But, oh, what is it? Oh, no, that's Ursa. Ursa clicked, I was like, whoa, she's going bots again? That makes no sense. Ursa's going the bots here. Ursa hit level 25 as well. That's the plus 14 to all stats for Ursa there. So a little bulkier now. Centaur did get the return aura. And Lifestealer, look at him yet. Plus 15 armor on Lifestealer, actually. So he's even that much tougher to kill now.
Everyone's tanking up, and then Sniper, his 25 is going to be more shrapnel charges. I don't know why he's not using them on this mid lane defense. As now maybe Rain takes down the tower to half. Where is VGJ?
They're a little AFK apparently at the top lane. I guess they're trying to deal with this Beastmaster, and they will deal with it. He ends up going down. Medusa, though, trying to take out the tier 3, but here comes the sleep now, setting up the supports in the background. Will they kill Medusa, though? They're going to maybe go on to her. A Stampede activated. She's using that split shot as well as the ultimate activated right there. with the screen, the Stone Gaze, but in comes a Chaotic Offering, stopping the TP attempt. And the split shots continue to rain from her, but she's being locked down. That's way too much damage to handle. And that's a cleanup at the base. They lost the tier 3 tower, but obviously a very successful hold for VGJ. You see the 4 Warlock Golems here.
Yeah, I don't know where the first ult was used, because 2 golems were like chilling in the mid lane.
I think they were used at the top, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, okay, because I was like, where's the Chaotic Offering? Why is it on cooldown? And then he uses Refresher and ultimately got the kill. And now ROTK is going to push out mid, everyone else is going to BOT to join him, and it's possible that they might just go straight for tier 4s? I don't know. Maybe just trying to bait out the buyback.
Yeah.
No, I
TK.
guess Sniper doesn't care.
He's got that
chilling.
return. He's pushing it in. I guess Sniper, yeah. I mean, with Centaur though, and the Golem, that's enough of a push right there. So, but the tier 3 does go down at the top. But look at Freeze. He turns auto attacks Ursa, and Ray just popped. Lion going to CC him somewhat, but Freeze, he's just fine. He's going to turn around 3-shot and finish off the line right there. The middle tier 3 again was picked off as well. So VGJ ultimately again pretty satisfied with the outcome, but they do lose their last tier 3 tower, and now both the racks in the middle and the top lane are exposed right here, so they do have to be a little bit careful as far as overcommitting themselves for sure.
I suppose, but even if it goes to Megas, I don't really think VGJ, like, it's definitely not a great situation, but VGJ handles Megas just fine. Naga Siren is going to be going for this Octarine next, and so with like thousands of illusion spam, the multiple shrapnel charges, return aura, as actually now Centaur is going to die.
Nice find right there. He's dead for about 100 seconds. He does have a buyback if necessary, but yeah, a little too confident there maybe. I mean, farming the enemy jungle as this team is nowhere nearby, so ROTK getting picked off there, feeling a little too tanky.
Yeah, he may need to buy back.
And Ursa's still going, man. He's going to chase after the Naga Siren. Glimmer Cape going to be popped, though.
He wishes he got a bash.
That would have been nice. Unable to, though. And Zed goes right down the middle lane, so LGD. There we go with the buyback. Ellie's coming out. FBF drops coming in as well. As now Lifestealer tries to find an opportunity. Beastmaster, he's picked up at the top lane. He was going to split up by himself again. Really continued to go for that split push here. But yet again failing, as he'll be dead now for another minute or so.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult in these split push situations whenever it's the mid rack still alive. The ideal situation is the mid rack is dead and you're splitting the enemy team between the bot and the top, because that's a much more difficult transition. Mid to top, mid to bot, it's not really that big of a deal. The team can easily move around. And now 4 heroes grouped up for VGJ. Freeze is now BOTing into the mid lane. Although RTK does have, yeah, he has both his Stampedes up very soon.
Here we go. Jump in the background, but nice Hex immediately onto Centaur. And actually Centaur at about half life. Out comes a Chaotic Offering, number 1 at least. Split up, the split shots going out, but Medusa needed to play pretty defensive right here. Shredder's popped in the background. The Beastmaster still waiting to come back up. Crystal Maiden is dead throughout. The sleep used by Naga Siren, though, and be a bit of a reset. So they don't get the racks at the end. They will fall back, though, without any casualties here, it seems like. And that'll be that, so buyback again used on Crystal Maiden, but really not the most to be done there by LGD. And now we have a Roshan going to be going in LGD's favor here, unless they get there quickly.
I really don't think Freeze should have stuck around that first initial counter push, as now he has no way of getting to here fast enough.
Oh, they're going to try
fight
still.
anyway.
Yeah, Hoofstock coming out. Half-Life Ursa immediately right off the bat. Sniper doing plenty of damage, and Ursa will fall, so the Aegis being popped. But now the Stone Gaze coming out. Centaur turning around, trying to run away. Disarm activated on Medusa. Splits up with the Manchester, still disarmed, though. As a Chaotic Offering in the background. Lion is picked off. Sniper still doing his thing from a distance. And Medusa ends up falling. She has a buyback, as does Lion, but Crystal Maiden does not. But yeah, you look at the base meanwhile. How about that? The split push is real. Ursa now jumps on a Sniper. That could be a big kill. Will it be enough? Beastmaster goes down, but the Glimmer Cape saves the day. And Ursa now, he's in trouble. Going to be falling most likely as Sniper turns his attention to him. What a Glimmer Cape at the last second by Warlock right there to save Sniper. Keep him alive. More buybacks being used, though. Medusa and Ursa as the middle tower, the middle racks even being pressured by the Warlock Golems. And they're going to kill those off. So they do get buybacks out. One more kill on each of these heroes in the next 6 minutes. Could be the end of the game here.
Yeah, and Freeze, as you said, that amazing Glimmer Cape timing means that he will still have his buyback. So even if he dies during this siege, which it looks like they are going to siege, even with those buybacks.
Might as well go for it. The Hex comes out, stalling a little bit. Pops the Rage still, going right for the melee racks, and with that MKB especially, easy kill
Dire's middle barracks has
onto
fallen.
it. So that's going to be a Rax cleanup now in the middle lane. So now they're even,
Dire's
really,
middle barracks has
with
fallen.
LGD when it comes to the Rax situation. And as you were suggesting earlier, it seems like VGJ, that's only just going to benefit them quite a bit. Nagasaran, in fact, did finish the Octarine core. And she almost has another 4,000 gold saved up. Holy crap. This Nagasaran is really excelling all of a sudden.
Yeah, and she hit her 25 plus 1 mirror image illusion, so even though Lion had his glory days getting rid of Naga illusions, at this point it's more of a formality than like a true counterplay.
Yeah.
And now Medusa completes a BKB, puts cheese in her backpack. Okay. Again, like, she's going to be missing so much, so this will mitigate the Radiance miss, and then if the Solar Crest is put on her... Oh, Lion.
Oh, Lion thought that was an illusion. He's like, I'm just going to kill this illusion real quickly. He almost dies in the process, but there's a Naga sleep used. Kind of reset.
Stone Gaze wasted now.
That's true, yeah. Stone Gaze not up. There's that new BKB toy, though. He pops it himself. He is rated in place, but he's sitting there with the split shot. Doing plenty of damage and enough of a scare Stampede activated. Look at the top lane, though. Counter push once again. Sniper is here, though, and immediately Xy's like, ah, crap. I didn't realize he would be here. Centaur jumps in with a host stomp, going to whip, but the BKB on Ursa. Helping to keep him alive, assassinate, thus not going to do any damage. Turns around the Abyssal Blade
Blink
stun.
Dagger?
And yeah, he has it if need be. Although FY, whew, that was close, actually.
That was close. Almost got Radiance burned, and now FY has Ensnare.
That's not an illusion, man. He keeps falling for it. He's on the run. Lion, okay, he's going to avoid them, though, for a bit and be a distraction, I guess.
TP cancel on the Crystal Maiden. She's dead.
No buyback for her. She's dead for 80 seconds. So, what does VGJ do here? Let's see.
Beastmaster's pushing bot. He has a Desolator Shadowblade, and unfortunately he doesn't have his BOTs up, otherwise he would have joined Lion trying to kill his Sniper. But now Sniper, he's going mid, they're going for tier 4. His Return Aura is going to help push this super fast.
Well, they get the stun on the line in the background. Ursa keeping his distance, though. There's the counter hack. She's trying to stall as much as possible. But as you mentioned, Beastmaster's ready to push down there, so keep an eye on that as much as we can. But there goes one tier 4, and the second tier 4 just about to
Stone
fall.
Gaze in 3 seconds, and then a refreshed one after that.
Beastmaster.
It's a base race.
It is a base race all of a sudden. The Ancient is dropping, though. Out comes a Stone Gaze, as mentioned. They get the freeze on aggressive. He's focusing right for the Ancient, though. Can Beastmaster maybe do it? No, he has to deal with Sniper now, so that's not going to be unfortunate for him. He buys back, though. They get the kill, meanwhile, at the base. Buyback's being used everywhere. On either side, Lifestealer included, and we're just all over the place now. The Chaotic Offerings looks like they are down. Medusa, though, she's holding her ground. We leave it here, the song in the background being going on right there. But Centaur goes down. Finally, it's dead. And Game 3 in the series will go to VGJ. So, what a chaotic finish there to this game. I mean, I guess that was bound to happen with the way the game was going now. But it takes just over an hour. But VGJ, they do secure it in the end. Well, what a game, though, Tsunami.
Beastmaster was cosplaying Anti-Mage for the last, 20 minutes of the game, and it was working. But Freeze, at Nerves of Steel, refused to leave his base until he was absolutely sure that there was no threat of him losing his Ancient. And that patience paid off. I was about to chastise him about missing opportunities to take tier 4s, but patience is a virtue, and VGJ, they held strong in the early game, and they pull it off. And most people would have expected them to take the series, but LGD definitely gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, especially after that first game. It was all on the VGJ hype train, no doubt. But, a little bit of moments in decision-making in that game, too. And LGD capitalized, thus taking the game. And they definitely had their own shots here in this third game, no doubt, behind the raid boss that is Medusa. But obviously not enough in the long run. VGJ, good job to being a good deterrence there as far as allowing LGD to finish the game, and they survived is really what it comes down to. So well played by them. They move on now to the second round to play Wings Gaming once again, which that no doubt should be a lot of fun to watch there. LGD, though, they're still alive again, double elimination, so they'll play CDEC, as we mentioned, in the losers bracket down there. But ladies and gentlemen, this was our first series of the day. We have another one now coming up, and it's going to be coming up pretty quickly right here, I believe. as we're going to have Invictus Gaming going up against Vici Gaming here. And now another best out of 3. So sit tight, guys. Game 1 of that series is going to be coming out very shortly here, just around the corner. Again, I'm Breaking CBK, joined by Tsunami. Stay tuned. Game number 1 for the Manila Masters qualifying stage for the China region. Coming up next, Vici versus IG.